Bepis, and welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 Guide series. Now, in this episode, we're going to be talking about adventurers. Now, when you first start an adventure game, you on the beginning screen on the main menu, when you press New Game and you get the screen of whoever you can play, adventurers are not on there except if you go to 1066. There's one tab with recommended adventures, and if you go to, I don't know if there's one on the 1176 or whatever that new one is, the third one is. I've never used it, because I like my games long. But I think there might be one in there, but there isn't one for 867. But when you do that, after you do that, you get your adventurer. When you load into the game, you get this screen. Now, I just created a random custom guy. Just selected a bunch of random shit. But it asks you to pick followers for your camp. Definitely pick one of the three options they give you. Doesn't really matter for me, because I'm not actually playing through this. But you start with a camp. This is your camp. You build things in it with money you get from doing jobs. So, each one of these gives you new stuff. And also, the pavilion itself can be upgraded as well. You have the exact same resources as if you were landed, except for provisions. Provisions are what you use to fund your private military, and what you use to move your camp. So, for example, if we go to the camp, we hit move camp, we move the camp somewhere, say over there, we need to pay with provisions to move. As you can see, we zoom in, there are these little scrolls. Each one of these scrolls is a contract you can do. If you click on it, it will bring up this this screen, which will show you exactly what you'll get for doing this contract. These are your potential rewards. You get money, opinion, provisions, and you add somebody to your role of patrons. Basically, your role of patrons is somebody you've done a contract for, and you can make a request of them to essentially ask them for stuff because you did them a favor. You can also fail, in which he'll lose a lot of opinion of you, and you'll lose prestige. So basically always take contracts if you can. Now, there's different kinds of contracts as well. Let me see if we spawn with one. We do not. But there is a contract type called criminal contracts. You'll get a new trait called gallows bait. Basically, it marks you as a criminal. And you can actually be captured and executed by the ruler of whoever's land you are in. And even if we didn't start up there as Catholic, if we started as Catholic down in, say, over here in Tunisia, we would still technically be a criminal, but it's very hard for him to come and get us, because we're a bunch of adventurers. We pack up and move and just leave. You can also create men-at-arms. We don't have enough men-at-arms to create because our limit's too low. But you also have decisions. Become a great conqueror. You can get the conqueror trait. You'll get a bunch of bonus troops. You'll get a legend seed. You'll get a claim on whatever land you're in, the highest tier, and you'll start a war against them with the adventure invasion. But you need to fulfill 8 of the following requirements. Martial must be 22. Level of fame must be 5 or above. You need to have strategist or gallant. You must have participated in at least 20 wars, at least 5 wars against kings or emperor. You must have at least 2 commander traits, or your marshal must be 28 or above, at least 4,000 soldiers, you've killed at least 12 characters, you've completed at least 20 raid for captives or stand with us contracts, and you must have at least one of these two, 6 knights with 18 prowess or more, or 12 knights with 12 prowess or more. Very steep requirements, but in exchange you get a ridiculously strong trait. You can also get champion of whatever culture you're part of. The duchy of your current location must exist. Your camp must not be in the realm's county capital, and your fame must be level 3 or above. What that will do is you start a war with the Separatist Uprising. You get a pressed claim against the duchy you're in, and you start a war against whatever duchy you're in. Basically, if we go over to the Duchy of Normandy here, we move our camp here, we click this decision, we will start a war against the Duke of Normandy. But if you fulfill 3 of these requirements down here, you'll get the duchy peacefully. You have to be the same faith. You have a high-born French spouse, meaning your wife is from a noble family. You have a weak hook on the King of France. You are a friend of him, or you have a higher level of fame than him. So the easiest way would be high-born French spouse, same faith, 1 level of fame. Unless you know that he's doing something in the background, and then you can get a claim on him. But that's a very easy way to essentially get land. Knight of the Swan, you get the Knight Errant trait, which is this one. It increases as you do stuff. Higher prowess, higher prowess per level of fame, higher number of knights, size of men-at-arms regiments. You need these swords for higher camp purpose. We'll talk about camp purpose later. You need to have level 4 level of fame, and you need to do at least 10 martial or prowess contracts and have no criminal nature. This travels of you. Basically, you either unlock a bunch of lifestyle perks or you make a book or artifact. You go to a bunch of different places and you have a level of 4. Level 4 fame. Okay, sorry. You've at least visited 26 points of interest, and then you must have 2 of the following: 60 experience in Wanderer, level of fame higher than 4, or you visited 42 points of interest. Catholic Path Ascension, you can get the Zealous trait. For the next decade, you will walk as a missionary. You need to have completed pilgrimages to at least 2 holy sites. Trait Theologian, or level of devotion is 4 or above. And you need to have 2 of those. Your current location must be a Catholic holy site, following Catholicism, ruled by Catholic top liege. So the easiest place for that would probably be Cologne, Canterbury, or the Vatican. The Vatican, for sure, will always fulfill those last 2 requirements, because they cannot elect somebody who's not Catholic to the Vatican. Found a holding. You basically start construction of a castle in a barony that does not have a holding. The culture needs to have city planning innovation. The king of whoever you be in needs to have 10 opinion of you or more. You need to have 3 of the following: 1,000 gold, level of 3 piety, level of 3 fame. You have the architect trait, or your stewardship is 18 or above. Cool. Levy the Outcast, Bandit's Benefactor. This is if you're a criminal. You must be ambitious or schemer, and you must have at least 40 experience in one of the Gallows Bait traits, which is Bandit, Thief, Poacher, Marauder, Trickster. And if we go over here, Bandit is Martial, Trickster is Diplomacy, Thief is Intrigue, Poacher is Stewardship, Marauder is just general prowess. You lose 3 level of fame for getting this. A lot of people like you a lot less. But you'll get unique men-at-arms every time you complete an intrigue contract, and your martial and intrigue are permanently increased by 2. Adopt nomadic ways. If your camp is in a county held by a herder, you can become a nomad. You'll get Way of the Nomad. 25% of your provisions are converted into herd. legacy of your family. You cannot accept criminal contracts anymore. If any adventurer from your house becomes a ruler, they gain 300 legitimacy. Each follower they had will gain 25 levies, and your house will gain adventurer bloodline permanently. Contract prestige rewards, initial contract scheme success chance 10%, provisions use down 15%, domicile building construction time down 10%, move domicile travel speed 25%, adventure opinion up 10%. Requirements, level of fame 4 or above, at least 15 followers, at least 5 people on your roll of patrons. Your pavilion is level 4, which is max, and you've completed 50 non-criminal contracts. So a lot of these are really hard to get. Excuse me, I just woke up. But a lot of these are really hard to get. You need to build up to get these decisions. These are major decisions, though. So don't, create a character thinking you're going to get one of these very fast. Unless you're really good at the game, you're not going to get these very fast. And besides, if you're going to bum rush down this shit, why are you even playing Adventure in the first place? Just have fun being an adventurer. It's like playing Skyrim, but you're looking at a map instead. You can visit a castle holding. You have an opportunity to get followers, buy provisions, sell your artifacts, look for new contracts, and gather provisions. Your chief forger or your huntsman will look for provisions. Humiliate the stooge. It's basically somebody you captured that you just humiliate. Go fishing, lose some stress, gain provisions, reject inheritance, you gain Gallivanter. You cannot inherit titles, and you may not inherit titles. Stress gain down 10%, stress loss down %, dynasty opinion down 10, courtly vassal opinion down 30, parochial vassal opinion down 20. You'll lose stress, but I would only lose some because of ambitious. You could take it. I mean, I think it cuts off the champion of the culture and great conqueror traits. But that's that. You also have camp purpose right here. If you go to the realm tab right here, you have domain, which is your camp, and you have the camp purpose. We are wanderers. It's just normal. Become swords for hire. Max number of knights up by 8. Max men-at-arms regiments up by 1. Embarkation cost down 20%. Find more mercenary contracts. Find more prowess and martial contracts. Unlock camp upgrades. Siege engineers, lock wagon, palisade builders, ditch digging. You gain access to chief engineer, master of spoils. This is good if you want to become basically a mercenary company. Become scholars. Monthly lifestyle experience up 20%. Find more learning and stewardship contracts. Find slightly more diplomacy contracts. Unlocks reference corpus, morticians, tools, siege engineers, loyal scribes, drifting aesthetics, nightly debates, martial study, and chief engineer. This is basically you want to essentially just walk around and do contracts. It's not really great and it's not really terrible. Become explorers. Sea and coastal sea danger down 45. Travel speed up 25%. Transportation contracts. Diplomacy and intrigue contracts. Slightly more martial contracts. Reserve provisions. Reserve water. Climbing gear. Local hangers-on. Extra watches. This is great if you need to travel essentially a large distance, or you're going to be moving your camp a lot. Pick that one. Become freebooters. Number of nights 3. Embarkation cost 50%. More criminal contracts, more prowess and intrigue contracts, subdued gear, mortician's tools, ransom cages, expert negotiators, juicy rumors, lockwagon, stick game, master thief, man haggler, master of spoils. This is for becoming a criminal. It's amazing if you want to make money. So I do recommend doing this at some point just to get a shitload of money. Become legitimists. Basically, number of knights 8. Men-at-arms 1, equal chance to find contracts, request legitimate support on kings and emperors, use claim casus belli, find unique legitimate support contracts, camp upgrades, grand aspirations, bodyguard drills, martial study, lock wagon, loyal scribes, proof of claims, ransom cages, witness, and master of spoils. You can only use that one if you have a claim. Now, the only reason why you would be doing this is if your inheritance went to somebody else. But say, for example, your previous character was a woman, her husband died, and she had you, you're a son, but you didn't inherit anything. You become an adventurer, become a legitimist, and now you're trying to gain control of your mother's lands through force, because she had, let's say, she was the Duke of Anjou, and she had 2 sons, and one son got, from another marriage, one son got the duchy, another son got a county in the duchy, and you got nothing. Become legitimist, try and take it back by force. Essentially, good luck. You're gonna need it. Because you only got that claim for 1 or 2 characters, so you need to build up fast. Camp succession law is camp succession is locked at that. It will be given to your oldest child or next closest relative, who's also your courtier, who does not hold any titles. If none are available, the follower with the highest prowess inherits. Gender law, male preference. Standard. Succession currently, it will be to this woman and this woman, who are the people we picked at the beginning of the game. Easiest way to get married, actually, is for you to go out and kidnap somebody. I'm not joking. You basically just run out, kidnap anybody, and then you have a wife. Because you can only do marriages between whoever's in your court, and prisoners do technically count. So there's that. Or you can get a hook on somebody and forcibly marry a noblewoman. But essentially, world's your oyster, and let me do a. If you take contract, you can travel without your domicile. It will take time, but I'm gonna do this for the purpose of showing you what this is. 1 intelligence gathered. Doesn't matter. Delay the journey 10 days. Basically, you're running around trying to find intelligence. For this man, we got the best possible one. We excelled. He gains plus 60 opinion of us, and he added us to his roll of patrons. So that's that. We got we succeeded in all 3 dialogue checks, which was the search for intelligence. Done. We got 56 gold out of that. Will we spend it on? Don't know. But yeah. This one is transportation to a distant county. That's it. You guard a caravan and follow a caravan. This one, you kill criminals. The star indicates difficulty, by the way. It goes from 0 to 3 is the highest I've seen, but it might go up to 5. I don't know for sure. But that's adventure. You do have your normal lifestyle as well. The perks are different. You don't get the usual ones. You just get one. Probably the best would be, I think, in my opinion, Intrigue, Marshal, maybe Steward, maybe Wanderer. But Intrigue or Marshal is definitely the best. Although, if you're planning on getting hooks, definitely go Intrigue, because then you can just fabricate a hook. So, I will see you all in the next episode. I'm gonna find out what to talk about. Not entirely sure. I think we've covered all the more major mechanics. We never really covered Faith Reformation in detail. I think I mentioned it a couple of times. I'm gonna go ahead and on my own time, I'm gonna get a playthrough going, probably as Upland. Show you guys how Faith Reformation works. Because you need to conquer 3 of your faith's holy sites And Asatru is actually the closest to doing that. I think Bori's actually pretty close as well, but it's tribal Africa and it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Yeah. But Asatru, it's one here, and then you just take over Jorvik. It's pretty simple. Although that'll be pretty short, if I'm being honest, unless I do a playthrough of the whole thing. I'll figure out something about what I want to do for the next one. But until then, I will see you all in the next episode, so stay tuned.